everybody, it's Nikki again, and I'm here to do my August wrap-up. It is kind of short this month. I kind of was in a bit of a reading slump. Most of my reading was done in the last week or so of the month, so I only got 3 books completed, but all 3 were 5-star reads for me, so that was pretty awesome. So let's get into the books. The first book that I finished is Quackery, and this is by Lydia Kang and Nate Peterson. You're gonna see a theme with all of these books. They are all nonfiction or mostly nonfiction. You'll kind of see what I mean by mostly with the second book. This one is all about all of the strange things that we have done as humans to try to cure medical ailments throughout the years, and spoiler alert, we've done some crazy shit. The full title is Quackery, A Brief History of the Worst Ways to Cure Everything. This book was hilarious. I'm a particular fan of nonfiction books that also like to throw in like sarcastic humor with them, and if that's something you're interested in, then this book is definitely something that I would highly recommend. I actually got this book as a gift in a book exchange, and it was something that I wanted for quite a while, so I'm glad I got to finally read it. And it's got a really pretty cover, so it's a really great book. Like I said, 5-star read. It's got, I really love, like I said, the humor interjected with all of the information. The book is kind of divided into subsections based on different cures, and kind of goes through the beginnings of the cures and also kind of up through modern day. I also really liked the including of like stuff like this, you know, old advertisements and stuff to kind of show examples of how these things were marketed to people, because it's pretty crazy. So if you're interested in medical history and at all, or kind of curious about anything in that nature, then I would definitely recommend this. I really enjoyed it. So the second book that I read this month is Raptor Read. I had actually started this one a while back, but finally got around to finishing it this month. This is the one that I said it's mostly nonfiction, and I'm going to kind of explain that. This book is by Robert T. Baker, or Backer, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but he is a paleontologist, and so basically the book is an account of a Utahraptor name that is called Raptor Read in the story, and so it's written to be like an account of this raptor's life up to like a certain point, and it's written from the perspective of the raptor. So technically it's not a completely non-fiction account of an actual raptor that lived, but it is written to be as scientifically accurate, I believe, as possible, and it was written by a paleontologist, so it's kind of a blend of non-fiction and fiction. This I really enjoyed. I was kind of curious how it was going to be handled, but I felt like it was a good mix of, you know, storytelling with also information giving. Like it did a really good job of that, of blending the storytelling style, where you would kind of see that in more of like a fiction work with the like non-fiction presentation of information. So if you're interested in dinosaurs, especially raptors in particular, if you want some so this is something that kind of piques your interest, this one was another 5-star read for me, so I would definitely recommend this book. The third and final book I finished literally 10 minutes ago, and for reference, it is about like 11 something on August 31st. So literally at the end of the month, but I had been reading it kind of throughout the week, and that is Sex in the Sea, Our Intimate Connection with Sex-Changing Fish, Romantic Lobsters, Kinky Squid, and Other Salty Erotica of the Deep by Mara J. Hart. I found out about this book originally from a podcast. She was on the podcast Stuff to Blow Your Mind as like an interviewed guest, and they were talking about the book on the podcast, and I super had piqued interest by that. And so I was really glad to be able to get this one. I actually think I got this one as well as a gift. So as you would guess by the title, it is about the reproductive habits and sex lives of marine animals. It is just like Quackery. It definitely has a humorous tone. The author, she interjects little humorous quips and stuff, and I found this to be a really delightful, enjoyable read that covers the various crazy ways and mating habits of different sea life, as well as also covering kind of it did touch upon as well more serious topics of like climate change and how we as humans are affecting the reproduction of sea life, usually in kind of a negative way, and how, but also kind of towards the end of the book, a lot of suggestions on how we can change that, and different ways that you can be an advocate for helping out all those wonderful sea creatures. The book is something that I would highly recommend if you're interested in marine life, if you're kind of interested in learning about biology type things, if you like books that are informative but also in a kind of humorous way. I would definitely recommend this book. It is great, it was funny, it was informational, and just an all-around 5-star read for me. So those were the 3 books that I read this month. If you've read any of these, and I would love if you'd comment below your thoughts on any of the 3 of these, or if you're interested in checking them out. If you have any nonfiction suggestions you think I might like, I would also love to see those as well. I hope everyone had a wonderful August, and I'll see you guys again.